Hey guys, this is 9 Lego Maniac with a very quick video. I just wanted to get these two out of the way because it won't really take that long. So this will just be an entire unedited video just to go over these two figures. And these are my Pokemon figs. I believe there are some other Pokemon figures I haven't showcased yet. I might have to showcase them at a different video. Originally I was going to make a huge Pokemon video with my buddy Jason, Dan, and even like Jackson back then when we were meeting up at New York 2 years ago in 2019 at the start of it. We recorded the video, but because it was so long, the lighting wasn't really that great. I ended up just forgetting the video entirely. I might have the video somewhere still in one of my old memory cards. I mean, I will find clips of it maybe and showcase it, like maybe like when I stream it or something like that in the future, just to show like unfinished projects and stuff. During that time, I was also going to do like that was also going to be like my customizing critique video. I was going to have with Jackson in it, but the thing is, Jackson recorded it on his camera and he wasn't able to like send it to me, and I doubt his family has it now, obviously when he passed away and all. So that video is pretty much lost. So yeah, and I have these two figures. I think one of them I completed during the time of our Pokemon collab we wanted to do, which took forever to record. Jesus Christ. But Blastoise, I finished him finally like last year. This guy was a work in progress in 2018. So to go over Blastoise, a lot of people are gonna be like, "Oh, this isn't Lego," you know. But let me tell you something. If Big Figs never existed at all, let's say this is a what if universe. What if Lego Big Fig never existed, and somebody made a custom Hulk Big Fig? You bitches will say that's not Lego. I highly guarantee it. If Big Figs were never a thing, and some third party decided to make a Big Fig figure, a Big Fig Lego compatible figure, people are going to say that's not Lego. People will which is, like that's just what happens. So my goal isn't to make this a brick built Lego. My goal is to make a Blastoise figure that is minifigure scaled size that's compatible with them. So no, I never said this is a custom Lego. This is just a Lego compatible figure, and that's the same thing with Alakazam, which makes sense because some minifigures you can't really make in minifigure body, and his head fell off. So to go over like this Blastoise figure, this is a pretty old figure. I started this back in 2018, and I knew I don't want to fully sculpt it. This thing likes to fall off. I think the joints are really loose after so many years. I started this back in 2018. I knew I couldn't like fully sculpt a Blastoise body, unlike what Jason did for his Charizard, which is freaking insane. So I knew I'm gonna have to do something different. I don't want to just waste so much Procreate just for this giant hunk of a figure. So I actually went with high density foam and I carved it. I sanded it into a ball, and I carved out the edges here and taking off his arm here. I even made sure there's a bit of a thickness around the white rims. That was really difficult to do. Once I was done with the body, I think what took me long to complete this were pretty much the arms, leg, and head, because yeah, that took a while. All the entire time I only had the body and the shell done. Oh yeah, the shell I also carved as well. That was fun to do. I need to glue this figure because this cannon falls off the most. Yeah, this figure took me so long. I started this back in 2018, like I said, and it's just crazy to me that it took me this long to finish it. I was procrastinating so much. I wanted to give him like a removable jaw at first, like what Jason did for his Charizard, because I thought that was insane. But I ended up not doing it. His head is made with high density foam, and I sculpted around it, and I try and make sure it's like even as possible. And I didn't make his mouth move because at this time I'm like, I wanted to get this figure done. His arms are also made with I believe this entire thing is Procreate. I was originally going to do like the base of the arm and the leg. I was gonna make that a high density foam, but it's really hard to carve foam at this small of scale and try and make sure it works. So I just ended up just sculpting the entire thing, just use a lot of programs possible. And what I did, I drilled holes and I put like Lego rods, what I did, I put like a little bit of Vaseline there, so when I when I sculpt the leg, it can at least fit the contour shape of the shell. And yeah, so that's why it kind of falls off very easily. It's not really a tight joint. I might have to go and super glue it, like super glue like the inside stuff, so that way once that dries, when I put it in, it'll be a bit of a tighter fit. Same thing with the cannons. The cannons are actually mostly Lego. So you know how like most Lego, this is like my interpretation of, if Lego has the Pokemon license and they want to go with like new molds for Pokemon, I suspect that this is what they would do for Blastoise, just like what they do for molding new big figs or molding new sculpted parts for figures. They've done that for figures before, so that's like pretty much the idea behind it. So when people are going like, that's not Lego, just shut the fuck up. For the cannons, I just use like mixel ball joint, mixel joint, and I use this like cylinder piece here, because there are times like when Lego, like when they have like sculpted parts there, it's like there's like placements for you to put like unmodified Lego stuff on it. So I thought that would be a cool idea. And if you guys know these like blaster effect pieces, I don't have them with me right now, but you can have the blue ones and you can have them shooting out, so it looks like he's shooting water. I did that on my Instagram picture before, so that was cool. So yeah, that's pretty much it for Blastoise. Yeah, just moving on to like Alakazam. Alakazam was, this entire thing started because I had the Spoon minifig, and I asked, and Jason was making a lot of Pokemon figures during that time, and I was like, yo, would it be cool if you make Alakazam? And what Jason did instead, he gave me his extra spoon and he said, you do it yourself, bitch. So I ended up doing it myself. This guy took a long time because of the head, but to not and also trying to figure out this entire proportion was also really hard. He was a really difficult figure to try to plan out. So this is what I did. I'm gonna remove his head carefully. So how this started off, I just got the peg of a minifigure head here, and this entire middle section, this was actually made with, you know, those like bricks that are with a circle and going sideways. If I carefully remove his legs here. I don't know if I can because it's kind of there tight, but you can kind of see what I'm talking about. If you guys know that piece, I pretty much use that piece. I put like I put like the levers on the sides here, and another lever for the foot, and glue that onto the I glued it onto the 1x1 tile, and I sculpted around it to make a little bit of a seamless transition. And I cut the levers, the antennas in a way so that way when they're angled, this is how he will stand up. And I sculpted his shoulder pads, and I also sculpted the back of this, and I also glued in like a skeleton arms inside, and I used the woody arms, and I also I cut off like this section here, the minifigure arm section, and I glued it with the ball joint of the antenna from this, so that way I can have like a little ball joint for Alakazam, and I'm gonna carefully put that back on. The problem with these ball joints is they don't really stay on that well, and I gave him spoons, obviously. And as for his head, it's just like a normal minifigure head, and I just completely sculpted the Alakazam's head on just like a normal minifigure head here. And I know he has like a little bit of slouching position, which is why he kind of looks like he's slouching, because I have to make sure the neck peg is a little bit forward in front of the torso, so it looks like his back has a little bit of an arc. And yeah, this head took a lot of work. It took like a lot of sculpting and a shit ton of sanding to make sure it's even. And the mustache, I had to like sculpt that in separately. And unfortunately, it did not dry it out evenly, but hey, it's fine. So yeah, that's pretty much it for these two figures. These are my two Lego compatible Pokemon figs. I'm hesitant to call them customs because someone's gonna be like, "That's not Lego. That's not Lego." I'll be like, "I never said it's Lego. It's Lego compatible for minifigs." So despite the fact, you can argue anything's not Lego these days, or it's just the argument's dumb. Whole point is custom minifigures are custom minifigs for a reason. They're customs. They're not meant to be that. So yeah, purists can go like fuck themselves, if I'm being honest. I don't even know why purist people go and comment that on custom minifigure page. Like, that's like saying that's like me going to a golf page and be like, this sport is boring when I'm not a fan of golf. Like, what's the point? I can just like just just ignore the feed and just move on and just go touch grass. Like, no need for me to comment that I don't like golf when I clear when on a golf page, because what am I doing there? Like, I don't, what do I gain from it? So I don't know what purist people gain from going into custom minifigures page that are totally not meant for them. Yeah, that's all my whole rant on why I think purist people are like the annoying vegans of the community. But yeah, that's pretty much it, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed this video and my rant, and